What would you do if you were locked in a prison cell for 27 years, just for standing up for freedom? Most people would break, but one man's spirit only grew stronger. This is the story of Nelson Mandela, the prisoner who became a president and the symbol of hope for the entire world. Nelson Mandela was born in 1918 in a small South African village. He grew up herding cattle, listening to stories of African warriors who had once fought for their people's freedom. Even as a child, Mandela felt he was destined for something greater, to fight for justice. When he grew older, he studied law and became a lawyer. But he quickly saw that the law was not equal for everyone. In South Africa, the system of apartheid divided people by race. Black South Africans were denied basic rights. They could not vote, they could not own land in many places, they were forced into poverty. Mandela could not accept this. In his 20s and 30s, Mandela joined the African National Congress, ANC, and began fighting apartheid. He organized protests, strikes, and movements demanding equality. But the government saw him as a threat. In 1962, Mandela was arrested. He was put on trial, accused of plotting against the state. He could have been executed. Instead, he stood in court and gave a speech that shook the world. "I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society. It is an ideal for which I am prepared to die." The court sentenced him to life in prison. Mandela was taken to Robben Island, a small island prison off the coast of Cape Town. The cells were tiny. The prisoners were forced into hard labor, breaking rocks in the hot sun. They were given little food, little comfort, and treated with cruelty. Mandela's life became routine. Wake up, labor in the quarry, return to his cell. Year after year, the world seemed to forget him. 27 years passed. He missed seeing his children grow up. He missed family, friends, freedom. But here is what makes Mandela different. He did not allow prison to break him. He read, he studied, he wrote letters. He taught other prisoners to stay strong. He forgave his captors in his heart, because he knew hatred would only destroy him. Outside prison, the fight against apartheid grew louder. People across the world began chanting, "Free Nelson Mandela!" Musicians sang about him. Leaders demanded his release. Sanctions were placed on South Africa. The government could not ignore it forever. Finally, in 1990, after 27 years, Mandela was released. The world watched live on television as he walked free, with his fist raised high, smiling, not broken. Mandela did not seek revenge. He did not call for violence. Instead, he called for peace and unity. He worked with his former enemies to build a new South Africa. In 1994, in South Africa's first free election, millions of people voted. And Nelson Mandela, the man who had entered prison as a rebel, walked out of it to become the first black president of South Africa. Mandela's greatest achievement was not just ending apartheid, it was proving that forgiveness is stronger than hate. He invited his former jailers to his presidential inauguration. He built a country not on revenge, but on reconciliation. He showed the world that leadership is not about power, but about lifting others up, even those who once tried to destroy you. Nelson Mandela's story teaches us that no matter how long the struggle, no matter how deep the pain, you can overcome. You can rise above bitterness, above revenge, above despair. He once said, "Courage is not the absence of fear. It's inspiring others to move beyond it. Your prison may not be made of bars. It may be poverty, doubt, or failure. But if Mandela could walk free after 27 years and still change the world, then so can you." So the next time life locks you in a dark place, remember Nelson Mandela. Remember that even the longest night will end, and the sun will rise. If you believe freedom and hope are stronger than fear, type in the comments, "I will rise." And share this story, because someone you know may need Mandela's light today.